Greetings and welcome to the Rise Up Mama podcast. My name's Vanessa and I help busy women like you, especially mums, to improve and maintain your health and wellness through positive mindset development, nutrition and fitness coaching. If you're tuning in, you'll know that I'm on a challenge that's been set by my online marketing coach. And this challenge is I have to produce an audio recording every day for 1 year. If you're very new to this series, then this is one of the reasons why you'll be listening to this podcast, because I have to get more content out. Now, I will say that last week I had competing priorities, and even though, yes, I am committed to updating the podcast, I had to make a decision about how I was spending my time in the evening because I needed to get an important task finished, and I will share more with you about this task later, and I do have a special invitation for you at the end of today's topic. So I'm on day 11 and I'm going to talk about how playing to your strengths and working with others will help you to overcome your weaknesses. So today's topic is collaborate to accelerate. And as I said, it's going to be about if you play to your own strength, you're going to be able to achieve some fantastic things. That's what's happened to me, and I'm just so excited to share this with you. So I just want to put things into context. I do love spending time alone. Now, how can that be? I'm a mum, I'm a grandmother, I've got my partner, I've got obviously other family, and I do actually have a very large family, but as you can appreciate, I haven't been seeing many people at all. So when I do have opportunities to spend time on my own, which is obviously quite a bit nowadays, I do focus on reading, writing, studying different things, spending time in nature. But I also recognise that I am a team player at heart. Now, teamwork makes the dream work. You may have heard that before. And I find when it comes to exercise, for example, I'm really motivated to exercise with others. So I enjoy going for walks and doing exercise in the company of other people. And that's fantastic. And this is about helping me to stay focused. So do you have an accountability partner? Because I know that when I actually check in and say, do you want to come for a walk? Do you want to go for a jog? It actually helps me to get moving and helps me to stay on track with my health and fitness goals. Now, in terms of collaborating when it comes to work projects, last week I had a complex marketing project that I needed to finish. And I will honestly say I've never produced a marketing message so quickly. And this came about because I was working with the right team. And what I realised is when you're working with the right team, it can help you to focus on your strengths. Okay, so rather than thinking about all the things that you're not good at, just focus on what you are good at, and within that team environment, other people will be able to pick up things that maybe you're not so great at, and it will all come together. So do you work in a team? Now, obviously, in the environment that we're working in now, if you are still part of a team, you will be spending more time online and communicating with your team in different ways. So you might be doing more Zoom calls, you might be using a different platform to hold team meetings in, you might be using online tools and applications so that you can actually almost design projects together and, have ways of communicating quickly as though you were in the office with each other. So it's fantastic that those tools and different platforms do exist. But you cannot beat being in the same room with somebody. So I'm not going to be advocating for online over face to face, all right? So, you know, when we're working in a team, we realise that we have different experiences. So do you recognise that in your colleagues? So do you see how somebody else's experience can actually add value to the project or the task that you're working on? Well, this is where collaboration can really help you. And here are just some reasons why I personally feel that collaboration can accelerate your goals. So, number one, collaboration helps you to problem solve, because you're not just looking at things from your perspective. You've actually got other either another woman or other women or other men. You've got their views as well, and this will actually help you to highlight the problem and put solutions forward very quickly. I've found this myself with the empowerment series that I originally initiated, but when I came to the group and said, this is the concept, actually having different perspectives has made it so much more interesting and powerful than where my original concept originally was starting from. So number two, working in collaboration, as I said, will help you to play to individual strengths, including your own. Now, in the example that I'm working in, this project, we've actually got a wordsmith. So we've been blessed to have a wordsmith on our team. And it's been fantastic, because what's actually happened is, as I said, I've put together something very quickly last week, but working with another woman who's been able to actually help me to simplify quite complex ideas in words very quickly has just been amazing. So you have to appreciate that as a lifestyle coach, I coach women on a one-to-one basis. I do have a team who work with me in terms of helping people with wellness coaching, but more or less the one-to-one things that I would give my clients is on my own. So, you know, working with others on a project such as the event that I'm going to tell you about shortly has just been absolutely fantastic. And finally, you know, when you're working in collaboration, it encourages innovation. So as I've said before, we're living in different times, and for the event that we are preparing, we've got an online audience, but, you know, I've had to adapt some of my ideas to really think about how can this have a powerful impact for an online audience, as opposed to having the women who the event is aimed at all in one place. So we have to be innovative. Now, if we are thinking about collaboration, we are obviously going to acknowledge that it starts with people, so men and women. And if you want to get ahead in your career or with your lifestyle goals, then I recommend that there's 3 characteristics that you can adopt. You've probably got them already, but let's just focus on 3 characteristics that if you can have these really clear in your behaviour, in your attitude, in your mannerisms, it will help other people to either want to be part of your team, or they will be willing to help you, which will help you to achieve more. So, number 1 is to have a team focus. Now, a team-focused individual thinks about we rather than I. So that goes back to the fact that when you work in part of a team, you can actually do that problem solving together. Number 2 is if you have an attitude where you are really prepared to help to find the answer to the bigger questions, then this is fantastic. Because again, if you're working for a company, or even if you're working for yourself, it should be aligned to the high level strategy. So the actual vision and the mission of where the company or the business is going. And finally, you want to be someone who's open to building relationships, because collaboration is all about working with others. You've got to be able to work together and collaborate effectively. So back to the beginning of the story, I am a team player, and I always like to share analogies with exercise. Maybe it's because I'm missing some of these things, but I recall that I was very eager to be part of the netball team, even at the tender age of, I think I was about 10 when I first joined the netball team. And then I did netball again as an adult, and I love that. I can't wait for that to open up again and really get back into that. You know, I've looked at the kickboxing that I do. It's about friendship and community. The wellness coaching, as I've said, I have a team of wellness coaches, and I'm looking to have more people on my team. So if that's something that you're interested in finding out about them, please get in contact with me about that. So I love working with others, because it's just fantastic when you actually have a comprehension of how together you are making a difference. It's just such a great feeling. So I have a special offer for you. As I've said, I've been working with a very unique group of women, and we do have one man in our team as well. So I have to always give him acknowledgement for the input that he's provided to our series. And what we've done is we've put together an online program which is aimed at women, and it's aimed at a certain type of woman. So this might not appeal to everybody who's listening to this message right now. But if you are the type of person who's seeking truth and alternative solutions to the status quo that's been offered during the times that we're living in 2021, then we have created a very special event which will help you to navigate through these crazy times. The first event is actually called Healing the Chaos and the Confusion, and it's all focused on health and well-being and mindset, but really to give you some fantastic ways of tapping into your emotions and helping your emotions to become resilient so that you can be flexible with whatever changes will be coming ahead. All right. So that's all I'm going to say about the event at the moment. There is going to be a link underneath. So if you follow the link underneath this podcast, have a look at it. And like I said, hopefully you'll find that if this is something that will appeal to you, you'll find that we do have a fantastic series. This is part one out of a series rather, that is in 6 parts. All right, so that's it from me. I've got no idea what I'll be talking to you about tomorrow, but tune in and we'll see where I'm up to with this journey. It was great speaking to you, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.